Well, hello, hello. This is Susanne McAllister, and I am here today to talk about the emotional stuff that we all go through. So, how we're going to face our emotions when they're super painful and they really hurt us a lot, and how we're going to not feel that pain with things that are unhelpful for us. And some of the things that we often do when things are not helpful is we might be going to the fridge or to open the wine or shopping, or we might be falling into the busy trap. So there's so many things that we can be doing. So if you don't know me, my name is Susanne McAllister, and so I work with people. So I do this as a profession. So I'm a psychotherapist, I'm a mindfulness teacher. I also do somatic Nia movement and yoga and clinical hypnotherapy. So I've been on this journey for many, many, many years. And I use a lot of coaching tools and a lot of therapeutic tools, but also somatic body and breath with my clients. So I really wanted to share this with you today because it's a very, very emotional time for so many of us in the world. And I want to tell you some of my client stories and some of my own personal stories and how things have changed for me after I decided I'm going to not run away from my emotional feelings anymore, because I'm human like everybody else. Just because I am working as a therapist with this just means that I have some more tools in my tool belt to work through my own stuff when it comes up. So I have to walk my own talk. Is that how you say it? Talk my own walk? No, walk my own talk. Exactly like that. All right. So let's talk about this today, and how we are going to find some better solution for you. So I work a lot with people with anxiety. I work a lot with people that are in transitioning in their life phase of all sorts. So with teenagers, I also work with parents of anxious children, and I work a lot with people that are in the midlife transition. And because that's a big one as well. And that was me as well. So my life definitely changed. At the minute, it's pretty good actually. But then I'm here in Australia, and we're very lucky here how things are right now. And my children are locked in the country with me, which is good because my oldest daughter was on her way to Europe when everything kind of happened. So she's in Melbourne still, and I'm super grateful for that. All right, so let's look into this. And it is often when things are super emotional for us, where it feels like this big dark pit in ourselves. It feels like this big unknown, so the river of the unknown. And when it hurts so much, we come up with all this unhelpful behavior. So my thing, let me just share that with you. I think I just dropped out there for a moment, so sorry. Something going on with my internet. Yeah, so my thing was busyness. So busyness was always my thing, how I would cope with things that weren't going well. And so I just go in crazy doing, saving mode for everybody. And of course, that led me to being burned out at some stage and not being able to cope, and really pushed my anxiety even further. But then I have been using these tools that I'm about to teach you now there as well. So one of the things that I use is mindfulness, and mindfulness has been such an amazing tool to me. So let's talk about when things are too much and you're feeling these big feelings in your mind. So often it can be anything. It can be grief, it can be loss, it can be just feeling you should be at a different spot where you are. It might be you might be dealing with something big like an illness. You might be dealing with financial problems. You might be dealing with crippling anxiety where you're too scared to even leave the house, and your child might have anxiety and you don't know how to parent at all. It might have to do with career. It might be you might be feeling caught in a relationship that you're staying in when you know it's over and you should be leaving it, but because it's not so bad you're staying, or it is bad and you're still staying. So let's just look about what we can do about that. All right, so the first thing is to really make that decision to respond rather than react. So when we respond rather than react, this is when the wisdom comes in that we can actually go down a different road than we normally would. And so when we react, it's like this: oh my God, I feel sad. And you go to the fridge and you'll eat whatever is inside. Or you feel like, I feel lost and I have a panic attack, and you'll like take medication, or you'll open the bottle of red wine or whatever it is. And so in that moment you feel it. And what I'd like you to do is to make the decision. So it's your choice. Choice is a big one. You choose to respond rather than react. So when you do that, you really take a moment wherever you are. And if you have to lock yourself in the car or in the toilet or in the cupboard or wherever you need to be, just to be on your own for a few moments to get this process going. So observe about what's going on and ask yourself these questions. Where do I feel this feeling? What is it called? Is it frustration? Is it fear? Is it sadness? So whatever it is, and then asking yourself, where do I feel that in my body? So for me, sadness feels on my heart so much when I'm frustrated. It's often like I've got this pressure, like my head just wants to fall forward. So asking yourself, where is it? Is it in your shoulders? Where do you feel that big feeling? And asking, if it had a color, what would it be? Like grief feels like this big black prickly thing that's like in my heart, that's like ripping my arteries and everything apart. Where is it in your body? If it had a color, what color would it have? If it had a shape, what shape would it have? If it was a person, who would it be? If it was an animal, who would it be? So whatever comes to your mind, just letting your creativity and your mind just go with it. And then you can actually have a conversation with that feeling, and you can say to it, what is it that you're trying to tell me? Because when we try and avoid the feelings, that's when we get in trouble. So if it is your sadness and it feels like this big black rock, I'd visualize it in front of me, and I say, what are you trying to tell me? What do you need? And it might be, I really need to talk to somebody. I really need to have some fun and do something light and watch a puppy video or whatever it is. I need to have a cup of tea and just sit down by the river and just be okay. And I need to go and hug a tree, whatever it is for you. So really just finding that resource within you. So observe it and then validate it. It's actually okay to feel any of the feelings that you feel. It's not something where you need to push it away or feel bad about. Like one of my triggers recently was where somebody said something about, oh, you should be ashamed of yourself for this. And it was something where I can't do something, don't have, other people can do it. And it's like, it's not a big thing for anybody but me. It's like not looking at my lyrics or not having my lyrics in front when I sing, I sing. But for me, it's like this safety thing. And if I don't have it, I blank out, even like songs that I've known since I was 5, even the songs that are in German. It's just like, and I haven't figured that bit out, but then somebody's shaming me for it. And shame is such a big thing for me as well, because just the way my childhood went. So if you want to read about my childhood, just find the book, find As She Spreads Her Wings. It's available everywhere. Good books are available, and read this. and the whole shame thing and how to deal with it. And it's especially a really good book for teenagers and kids. Has like all my wisdom in there in comic style, so it's an easy read. And I had to sit with that, and then it was even worse, because then one of my best friends said, "Oh, but you need to, yeah, we're going to have this gig, but sing that without your iPad there." And I was really mad, because I'm like, you are one of my best friends in the world. You should actually know how I feel about this. And I already told him that the other person said something. So it's like, but at the end, like, we sorted it, because normally I would have just glossed over it. I wouldn't have said anything. I would have like sulked on the inside and would have not said anything to that person, to my friend. I would have just said, well, you should have known better than to say that. And I would have been pissed off, and I wouldn't have said anything. And then I would have just trusted that person a little bit less. But I chose to be mature about this and to speak out and say, well, I'm disappointed that you said that, because this is how I feel about this. And, you didn't even know. So there you go. So we sorted it out. And that's one of the things to do to sort it out. So validate it. It's okay to feel whatever you're feeling. It's okay to feel lost. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel anxious. And it's okay to name that feeling, because that's how you're feeling right now. Who's going to tell you that there's something wrong with that? So this is where we're starting. So it's okay to feel the feeling that you're feeling. Don't suppress it. When when we're children, and the old style of parenting would be, oh no, don't be sad, don't cry. No, it's like, you're sad, you want to cry. I'm gonna hold you until you stop crying. So that's the way to go these days. All right, so we're naming it. We're looking at what does it look like. You can talk to it. That's like, in therapy, I use this, and it's called Gestalt therapy, where we give it a name and a shape, and we'll have a conversation with it. And the wisdom that comes up is incredible. But please only do that with a professional by your side. Don't try and do all of this by yourself. And then you're going to make this choice. What can I do about it? Is there anything I can do about it? So is it a yes, I can do something about it? Is it a no? There's a situation, like when my husband was sick, there was nothing. Like, I did everything that I could, and I couldn't change that situation. So let's go with the yes option first. So yes, I feel anxious about, let's talk about my client. Let's talk about my client Felicity, about driving the car. So is there something you can do about it? Yes. So driving the car. So she hadn't driven in a year, and because she was scared to drive on the motorway. So is there something we can do about it now? Yes. What can she do? Like little steps. So we actually develop action steps with my clients. We develop SMART goals with my clients, and then there's accountability, and we check it out. And because it's one thing, you thinking, yes, I'm going to drive now, but nobody's there to check it. And if you drive today or you don't drive today, it doesn't make any difference. But if there's somebody there that's going to encourage you, and it's going to say yes. So we came up with a small plan, and we said, okay, all right, are you afraid to drive on the shopping center car park when there's nobody there at night? Because it's big, it's massive. She couldn't drive into a tree or anything else. It's just there. Are you able to do that? She's like, yeah, there's nobody there. There's nothing that can happen. I'm like, okay, well, let's do that. So she took her husband, and they drove around the car park. Step number 1. Yay, she achieved this. We were there to witness it. She was happy. And then we continued from there on. So if there's something you can do about it, then do it. Do the thing that you can do about it, as long as it brings you forward in your spiritual development, as long as it's as a positive thing for you and for everybody. So it's not like a negative thing or a horrible thing because you feel like doing it. No, it's about lifting your energy and bringing you closer to your optimum self, to this where your soul sings. And that only happens when it's for your own better, highest good. So is it like that? So if you can do something about it, find a way to do it. Find a little thing that you can do. Like one of my other clients, Alice, she had really problems asking for help. So we started with her asking for help, asking for where are the socks as a department store, because she couldn't even do that to start off with. And that was one of her things. And once she started to ask for help and opened up, her life completely changed just for asking where are the socks. Well, there was more to that story, but there you go. So if there's nothing that you can do about it, then get some coaching, get some counseling, get help, and get support. Get somebody that's a professional that knows what they're doing. Get in touch with me. At the moment, I'm giving 3 coaching sessions away, 3 hours. Well, not 3 hours with one person, with 3 people. I have some spots available. Get in touch for my adventure exploratory sessions with me, and we'll figure it out. It's not a sales call. It's a let's do a discovery session. Let's do a consult. Let's figure out what your next steps are. And if that is working with me, and that would be an option, we can talk about that. But it's not about that. It's just I really want to explore and have some adventure and hear your story and see what you can do. So there's some practical things that you can do as well, what you can do about when emotions are really, really big. And one of them is put on the music or put on your earphones, depending where you are, and move your body, because we need to shift the energy. We need to shift the vibration. We also need to get rid of the cortisol, that's in your body, like the stress hormones, because otherwise, like that stress and that panic will like escalate and get bigger and bigger and bigger. So yeah, put the music on. For me, that's like AC/DC. I put on AC/DC. I dance around the house. I sing really loudly and I headbang. So that's what works for me. There you go. Whatever happens for you, what works for you. I'd love to hear about it as well. So you can comment and get in touch. I love to hear and give you some other strategies. The other one is to change the story in your head. So for me, it's also, so when I tell myself I can't sing without my iPad there, I can't sing without my lyrics there. So it might be, I'm going to tell myself, it's coming. It's coming. I'm working on it. Instead of saying, oh, you're such stupid that you can't, everybody else can do that. You shouldn't sing anymore if you can't do that. That's my old story. So my new story is, it's coming. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. That's it. And I'm going to have fun with it. So that's my resolve. So change the story, and you can seriously just say to yourself, cancel and delete when you catch yourself. And the more you catch yourself, the more you'll be able to lift up yourself. The other thing is journal, write these things down. So I write song lyrics, I write poems, I write in my journal, dear diary. Seriously, it does help. I wrote these song lyrics, and it's a very big thing to put them out into the world. I'm actually publishing my first song that I wrote together with my really good friend. And he did all the music and I did the lyrics. So we came up with this together, and that was the best creative process, and it felt really good. Cathartic, my English. All right. So the other one is like to really let others in and open yourself. But it is a different if it is you actually working with a professional, working with a coach, where it's all about you, somebody that has all the tools that can help you in your journey, that has a way forward. But opening yourself to your friends and just venting to them, and you are wise friends that might help you through as well. But often our friends, they want to say the things that soothe us, and and maybe they don't even know what to say to you, so they might just say, you're going to be fine, it's going to be okay. So if you want more of that constructive, find a professional and get help. But yeah, open your heart is a big one. It's always been a big one for me as well. And gratitude. So using gratitude as a tool, maybe in the morning, write down 3 things you're grateful for. And you can do a little chain with your friends where you do a group chat. Like everybody has to put in 3 things, and that can be silly things like, wow, I'm so grateful that I burned my toast this morning because I've got 2 more slices to toast right now. So it can be like anything goes, and it can be funny. I'm so grateful that I forgot to fill up my car and I'm at the side of the road now because I actually paid for my RSCQ membership last month. So somebody's on his way. That's very good. So yeah, so whatever it is, however it works for you. So gratitude is a big one. And it really is nice to do that with other people as well. So this is it for me for today. So I've given you some strategies that I use with my clients as well. I've given you some help there that might help you as well. I hope you enjoyed that. So do get in touch. Go on my website. That's SuzanneMcAllister.com. That's Susanne, SusanneMcAllister.com. I also put the links here. You can sign up every week. I send out helpful things that really help you to develop yourself and have a better and bigger and happier life. And yeah, my specialty is anxiety and the big emotions that we're all dealing with. So also, if you want to claim one of the 3 sessions that I'm giving away this month, my email is SuzanneMcAllisterWellness@gmail.com. You can get in touch with me here, or you can get in touch with me on Insta, send me a message, or on Facebook, or email me. You'll find me if you're looking for me. And I'd love to have an adventure session with you and hear your story and hear from where we can take it and do a little mini coaching session with you. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed yourself, and I will talk to you soon.